My dear, as I sit down to write this, my heart is filled with a fear that has haunted me for as long as I can remember. I've harbored these feelings for you in silence, loving you from afar, hidden in the shadows of my own insecurities. For a long time, I've wanted to confess my love, but each time I've tried, something has held me back. The most significant reason is my deep-seated lack of confidence in my appearance. You see, I've never considered myself attractive. Since I was a child, I've been teased and mocked for the way I look. These experiences left scars on my self-esteem, making me feel less worthy than others. I've always viewed myself as inferior, not because of my abilities or my character, but simply because I don't fit society's standards of beauty. This has shaped the way I see myself and, more importantly, the way I believe others see me. I understand that everyone desires a partner who is both beautiful and charming, someone they can proudly show off to the world. And while I've often fantasized about confessing my feelings to you, I'm quickly reminded of the reality I face. I look in the mirror and all I see is someone who is not good enough, not for you, not for anyone. You are so incredibly beautiful that I feel utterly unworthy of your attention. The thought that you might never even glance in my direction, let alone consider loving me, is a constant source of pain. This feeling isn't new to me. In college, I once had a crush on someone. I gathered all the courage I had and asked them out, only to be met with harsh words and cruel rejection. They insulted me, and that day marked a turning point in my life. I lost all hope of ever being liked, let alone loved, by anyone. That experience made me retreat further into my shell, reinforcing the belief that I am undeserving of love because of the way I look. Yet, despite all of this, I know deep down that I am a good person. I'm funny, I'm smart, I'm caring, and I'm trustworthy. I take pride in treating everyone around me with respect and kindness. I've never been rude to others, and I go out of my way to make people feel valued. But none of this seems to matter because no one ever tries to see beyond my appearance. I am judged solely on the surface, dismissed without a second thought. It's as if the person I am inside, the person who loves, who cares, who feels deeply, is invisible to the world. People often say that we shouldn't judge a book by its cover, but that's exactly what happens in real life. We live in a world where looks are given far more importance than they should be. Tell me, do those of us who aren't blessed with good looks lack hearts, lack feelings? Are we not capable of loving just as deeply, of feeling the same joys and sorrows? I know it's pointless to dwell on these thoughts, but they weigh heavily on me. I have accepted the fact that while I may have a beautiful heart and a brilliant mind, I do not have a beautiful face. And there's nothing I can do to change that. This is how God made me, and I've come to terms with it. But that acceptance hasn't shielded me from the pain of rejection and ridicule. Because of the way I look, I've been humiliated and made fun of more times than I care to remember. These experiences have eroded my confidence to the point where I can't imagine you, or anyone else, ever accepting me and my love. I don't even have the confidence to believe that you would listen to what I have to say, let alone reciprocate my feelings. Please don't misunderstand me, I'm not saying you're a bad person. In fact, the opposite is true. If you were anything less than the wonderful person I believe you to be, I wouldn't have fallen in love with you. But life has taught me some hard lessons, and I've learned to be cautious, to protect myself from further heartache. Now, I find myself at a crossroads, unsure of whether I should take the risk and confess my feelings to you. Will you be able to see past my appearance and recognize the love I have to offer? Or will my fears be realized, and my love left unacknowledged, just as it has been so many times before? I don't care about the consequences I may have to face. All I know is that I'm loving you with my heart on my sleeve, completely exposed and vulnerable. It doesn't matter to me whether you love me back or not, because the love I feel for you is so profound and unwavering that it exists independently of anything else. I'm madly, deeply, and irrevocably in love with you, and there's nothing I can do to stop these intense feelings that seem to consume my every thought, my every breath. Sometimes, I wonder if even a lifetime will be enough to show you the true depth of my emotions, the way my heart beats only for you, the way every part of me longs to be near you. Never in my wildest dreams did I imagine that I would fall so deeply in love with someone that I'd lose sight of myself, that I'd forget my own needs, my own desires, because all I want now is to make you happy. I never saw this coming, and I don't even know how or when it happened. It feels like one moment I was just living my life, and the next, I was swept off my feet by the sheer force of my love for you. Yet, I'm incredibly happy that I fell in love with someone as kind, as gentle, as compassionate as you. You are the embodiment of everything good and beautiful in this world, and you deserve to be loved deeply, passionately, and unconditionally. In my eyes, you're simply perfect, a radiant light that I can't help but be drawn to, and I find myself unable to keep my eyes off you, no matter how hard I try. In the beginning, I fought hard against these growing feelings. I knew that falling in love would change everything, so I tried to resist it. I kept my distance from you, tried to convince myself that these feelings were just a fleeting infatuation, and even behaved coldly towards you in an attempt to protect my heart. I tried to distract myself by spending time with other people, hoping that their company would somehow dilute the thoughts of you that flooded my mind. But nothing seemed to work. My heart was stubbornly, unwaveringly fixated on you, and only you. No matter how much I tried to run from it, the love I felt for you kept pulling me back, reminding me that this was something too powerful to deny. And now, looking back, I'm glad that I didn't succeed in pushing those feelings away. Falling in love with you has brought me immense happiness, a kind of happiness that I've never experienced before. It's like I've discovered a new dimension of joy, one that is pure, untainted, and deeply fulfilling. Because of you, love has become something sacred and holy to me, a feeling that is pure and pious in its essence. Thank you for coming into my life and so effortlessly capturing my attention and my heart. You did it so easily, without even trying, and now my heart is yours, rightfully and completely. You can keep it forever, just handle it with care, because it's fragile, and I don't think I could bear it if you were to break it into pieces. I'm filled with excitement as I think about the future and how much more I can fall in love with you. This love feels like a blessing from God, a divine gift that I treasure more than anything. For the first time in my life, I felt pure happiness within my heart, a kind of bliss that I didn't even know was possible. Before I met you, no matter what I achieved, no matter what someone did for me, I could never truly feel this deep sense of happiness. But now, I cherish every moment of this bliss, this joy, this newfound understanding of who I am and what I'm capable of feeling. I've come to realize that there is nothing more precious than the feeling of being in love. It's a revelation that has changed my entire perspective on life. I pray to God that my heart will always belong to you, that your name will be etched on every breath I take, that I will continue to fall deeper and deeper in love with you, so much so that even love itself could learn from the way I love you. I want this love to define me, to be the guiding force in my life, because nothing else has ever made me feel so alive, so complete, so utterly content. And so, with every beat of my heart, I pray that our love will endure, that it will grow stronger with each passing day, and that it will be the most beautiful thing we ever experience in this lifetime.